Someone commented on one of my videos that they fear that the United States is going toward a communist party. And to an extent, that might be right, but I want to explain why conservative-minded people should not fear communism. They should embrace it. Let's just call it communism with U.S. features. And what do I mean by this? Well, what people don't understand is communism, particularly that of the USSR, was excessively socially conservative. It was well, I got to be careful what I say because I don't want to be banned, but communism in the USSR, in order to get it to work, they had to break with Marx and bring order to the Soviet people. And this is what people don't understand. There are a lot of similarities between the Soviet system and the system that was in Germany and the system that was in Italy, because in order to get it to work, they had to bring order. Anarchism is not communism, despite what people think. Marxism might be partially anarchism, but it's not really, because it still seeks to bring order to society through a completely useless and unworkable philosophical, pipe dream. Also, what's important to understand, Latin American communism, such as Castroism or, the guy Che Guevara, it's very, very in sync with the views of certain systems that embrace certain racial realities. Even the Black Panther Party, not the new Black Panther Party, but the actual honest-to-goodness Black Panther Party, promoted all power to all people. I believe it was Frederick Hampton, I think was the guy's name. I'm going to leave a link to the speech, if I can find it, in the description, where he promotes, all power to all people. White power to white people, black power to black people, red power to red people, yellow power to yellow people, brown power to brown people, and so on. This is what I think a lot of people are missing on our side, is they get too caught up with the racial thing, and they don't understand that if you actually learn to play by the rules of the political correct lunatics, you can get a lot further. Another person left a comment, and they were right, that the American Third Position, which was a channel I followed, was taken down, and they had recently come up with a platform. You can't call things like the American Third Position. You can't call things like even justicialism, because it would only take 2 seconds to connect justicialism or justicialismo with war crimes due to the taking in of German and other European war criminals by the Peronist government and the government prior to Peron. But they would look at Peron and go, oh, well, Peron based his system off of, fascist Italy, blah, 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 blah. That's why you can't use things like that. You can use the word communism. As I stated in my one video, can a communist be a U.S. nationalist? I say yes. The answer is, of course, yes. I call it communism with U.S. features. And this is the thing, even if you look at the PRC, the People's Republic of China, they promote a very similar system to Germany in the 1930s and 40s. They also they promote Han supremacy in China, in the PRC. So the thing that I think people need to look at is, what is communism really? And of course, communism with U.S. features would embrace it would be more or less progressivism. It would be more or less Roosevelt-style progressivism. But progressivism isn't cool, and it's not radical. So what you do is you call it communism with U.S. features. And instead, what you do is you put a hammer and sickle on it, and the stars and stripes, and you call it communism with U.S. features, and you embrace. Now, I would say that some things might need to be a little bit more communistic to sell it, but the fact of the matter is, semantics and symbolism don't matter. That's what people don't grasp. Rule number 9 in justicialism is the fact that, politics are politics. They're not important. The only thing that's important about politics is a means to affect the end of the lifting up of the what Perón called the fatherland, but the lifting up of this republic and the people of this republic. And as we know, Perón states that the only way you can judge the I believe it's rule number 1 about what he considers democracy. The only way to justify its effectiveness is the livelihood of the everyday person. And that's a very simple thing that people don't understand. That's why I made my As a True videos were actually made because people were picking on a friend of mine that was South American. And this is going back 3 years now, I think. And the point that I would make is Mayan civilization was technically better than, say, Spanish or English civilization at that time, because the average Mayan had a better livelihood, a better life than the average Englishman or the average Spaniard. And we know this because the sailor Gonzalo Guerrero, who is the father of the first mestizos in the New World, did not want to stop being a Mayan. He wanted to stay Mayan. He didn't want to go back to being a Spaniard because of the difference in the lifestyle. It was a much better lifestyle for him to remain a Mayan citizen. And that's all for this video. I think, well, not really. I just want to say, I think people need to be open-minded to the fact that communism is not the end-all, be-all, or the enemy, or even something we should avoid. It's something that we need to embrace as a vehicle to fight Antifa, to fight the radical left, to fight these people. Because what people don't understand is there were conservative communists. In fact, if you look at the PRC, and you look at the USSR, and you look at the DPRK, and you look at even the Castroist regime, it is only conservatism. There is no liberalism. And that's what I think people need to understand. It's kind of like when people say Islam is bad. But what they're not recognizing is in these Islamic dictatorships, they are conservative paradises. Now, what that is, in the United States, we need to embrace secularism. We need to uphold the Constitution and things like that within this framework of communism with U.S. features.